That sounds like
Matthew has a
dark
lot of
Mago.
Facebook followers. Sounds like a Facebook dog. Is it Matthew?
Good guess. Good guess. Did you say Dark Mago, Sayuri?
I did.
You're all wrong. It's HFN. You can actually follow him on
Wow.
Instagram. He actually posts fairly common pictures of his dog. So
There you go.
There you go.
Wow, HFN with the cute dog. Maybe that's the secret to the success here. We've got a Game 2 draft. Let's jump into it.
Take it away, Jungle.
And some bruisers not entering the Amazon today.
okay, we
5
banned the
seconds
Timber and the
remaining.
Centaur. I mean, have
You ever
we
gone-
seen Puck at all? In
No.
game?
Been banned all day.
Wow.
Bowie, you ever gone on an expedition in forest? Any kind of like rite of passage or anything? Any camping trips? Any?
Right of passage.
I don't know, man. I don't know what goes on down there in Brazil. Maybe there's some
When-
hazing. You know, you got to survive a
Yeah.
night in the jungle. I don't know.
Whenever a Brazilian man gets to 15 years old, he's forced to go to the Amazon forest, and he has to live there for 2 weeks.
Oh, I saw
If
that in
he
300.
actually lives,
They hunt
he's
the
now
wolf.
considered an adult man.
Is that
If
you,
he
Bowie?
lives. Ah.
You
I don't
get
think we
sent
have
out of the
wolves,
night like a Spartan.
Yeah. Just like a
10
Spartan.
seconds
If they
remaining.
survive, we know they're worthy.
He comes back
I
wearing
always wanted to go
the
there,
cape
though.
of a
5
toucan.
seconds remaining.
I killed it.
Cape of a toucan. But my GF is actually from, her family's from the
Radiant
Amazon.
team
It's actually pretty beautiful. Have a lot of, jungle and rivers and animals and stuff. But it's so freaking hot, man.
Yeah.
It is not a pleasant place if you're not used to that type of weather. It's very overwhelming.
That's another level of humidity. But
That's
here
sad,
we've-
though. Wyvern on the
Yeah.
opposite side that Trent wanted.
That's the built-in air conditioner over there. That's the Wyvern. Yeah, what's going on there, Gardic, huh? All right, that's okay, because Gardic knows Wyvern better than anyone. So now we know that this is looking good for Hokori. He knows all the weaknesses to the heroes.
I see.
I mean, after game 1, this is only logical, right? It wasn't the Deuce, it was the Alk. What's one way to stop a carry who's super overfarmed? Well, one of few heroes that makes him kill his buddies. I like it. This is genius.
All right. I mean,
Radiant
I think.
team
Did you guys see the post? I'm not sure if you follow Learn Dota 2, but someone posted
No,
something
I
like,
don't.
Wyvern is broken. I won 25 games of Wyvern. Even when my mid laner decided to feed, I won because this hero is broken.
Well, I
I'm sure
concur
Vi-
that Wyvern is a generally good solo queue hero because pubs are disorganized and messy, and if you're patient and playing Fog, she's an amazingly high impact, generally support hero, game changer with the
10
ultimate.
seconds
And
remaining.
top tier pubs, she is still killing it.
All right.
1,000 games, 54.7% win rate.
It's solid. Great creep clear, a lot of slows.
Radiant
They
team
Physical
somehow buffed
mitigation.
Cold Embrace enough that it feels like a good ability now. It always felt so clunky, right? Like you're Cold Embracing someone thinking you're helping that person, but a lot of times it just like a lot of times it doesn't actually help. You can dispel it. It lasts for so long. It didn't used to
10
heal that much,
seconds
but now with the
remaining.
shard, you're actually using Splinter Blast with that. The
Red
cooldown
team
gets
pick.
reduced quite a bit. So it's an overall good hero again. And the
Big
time.
T.
All right. So, do you guys see who's left in now? With the
I do.
Oracle already picked up? Ooh.
The Husky man.
H to the Husky.
Oh, okay. Could be Offlane Lash, right?
It could be, yeah.
And
sure.
they did take the Viper, so
Although I think
increases
it's
the
probably for
chance of
Mr.
Huskar?
Jeans.
Possible.
You want to see the Jeans Huskar or the Lumiere Huskar?
I don't think you can play
10
safe lane
seconds
Huskar.
remaining.
No, it has to be mid.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
think you can
Let's give
offlane
it
the
the
Lash,
Jeans.
so maybe that's.
I speak for the trees.
Oh,
Damn.
Be the
They're not
HFN
messing
MP
around.
again.
They're just, if it ain't broke.
Wraith King.
All right.
okay.
All right. Well, they probably don't want Huskar then, obviously, or they would have picked it right there because they have the 2 pick in a row and then a couple bans. So,
They do
Or
have
do you
reason to
leave it in
suspect
to
Huskar.
try to get an extra ban?
It's just
You
hard
know?
to get
what?
Huskar.
No, that
here.
wouldn't
They,
make
they don't
any
have
sense.
last.
Literally
pick.
makes 0 sense.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
If you
Like,
want
well,
it, you
not
just pick it
0
there.
cents,
Radiant
but
team
No,
Yeah,
no, I mean,
because-
like, if they don't want Huskar anyway, you can leave it in, and then NoPing still feel like they kind of need to ban it, but you didn't want it anyway.
I see.
So it's like a free ban in the sense of they're wasting it on something you don't
I kind
want.
of see what you mean. You're hoping that they out mind game themselves,
10
essentially.
seconds remaining.
Sort of, yeah. You pick the Oracle knowing that they're like afraid of the
5
Huskar, but
seconds
you've got
remaining.
another plan.
Boom.
You know what I would like? I think I want them to play. I actually feel like I want this Last Strike to be middle. I want this Last Strike to have a lot of items, to force towers and buildings, because that Beastmaster was jungling a whole game, and just stop that. Let's just play Dota 2, not
Yeah.
Final Fantasy. So
I think they're looking for an active offlaner here. You know, like Centaur would have been perfect, obviously taken out. Who was who's our runner up?
I think they're looking for
Beastmaster.
Beastmaster.
it's good.
Oh man.
I mean, they're banning the Alp.
Tide for NoPing because it's Doom's a hard counter.
Damn.
Right?
You might be right. That Alk ban is a little I guess it's hard to read. It could just be an overreaction from last game also.
You know what I'd like them to do is if they go for it, they could just pick the Rubik. I think that counter's kind of funny.
Dire
You're like a good
team
Rubik
Oh.
player. Oh, they just
But they
ban
do
it,
take
though.
the Beastmaster. Yeah. But if they went Rubik, are you saying they would play Doom mid with the NP carry?
Or Tiny Mid, I was kind of thinking.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And then just 3 Doom.
10 seconds remaining.
But either way, that's not happening.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
Now it's like, now what do we do? We got... I need a mix-up hero. Just whatever your favorite hero is, Mr. Jeans, just bring it out. You're a Wind Ranger player or something, pick up a Wind Ranger. If you like the
Okay.
Lash, take the Lash and get me another active 3, like a DP or maybe even the
Yeah.
Wind Ranger Tusk. Sure. Give me something flashy. You
Yeah,
know?
I think
like
you want
that.
something with a lot of move speed so you can disengage from Doom. I like the DP. You can just press R even if you get doomed. As long as the Oracle ults you, you're going to be fine. I think that's probably their best pick
Now,
if the Lash is offlane.
Yeah, is it worth getting rid of some of these Wraith King heroes like the Monkey King? We generally don't have to worry about as much anymore. The PL's already gone. The Anti-Mage, I don't even think that's really a thing anymore. So
It was a short-lived thing.
It
We
is
saw him one game.
definitely
yeah,
a HF in hero
Radiant
though.
team
Yeah, they
back.
take it because they
Might
could
as well.
easily tiny mid
Yeah.
offlane.
well, but couldn't they just
yeah.
not? I feel like I'd be more worried about a Naga doing something stupid than an Anti-Mage at this point in Dota. You know what I mean?
It's very different, but I get what you
Dire
mean.
team pick.
Like I think the AM is just a more active in the way that he can play, in the way that he fights. Naga is more it's more about map pressure. I think Anti-Mage actually has plays that he can go for. Wow, now they have to
All
decide
right.
here.
10
Now,
seconds remaining.
Will they give it the HFN profit and we get the Tinker depending
5
on this last
seconds
pick?
remaining.
Ooh.
I want either against NP though.
No,
I think he's
Tinker for
gonna
no
be-
pick.
Oh,
It
okay.
gets the
okay.
Oracle though. I don't know if this is the Tinker game, Trent.
I think it's fine.
Hey, you're up a
Tinker,
game,
they
you
don't
know,
have
you
any
want to
catch,
flex
yeah.
it, make the other team scared a little bit heading forward in the season.
Mm-hmm. Tinkerito.
Tinker.
You do have the Wyvern save, the Doom save. I think they're well equipped. Wow, Hokori, they're using their time here. I think
just gonna
they're
pick, like,
drafted
Ember or
themselves
something.
in a hole.
Isn't Mr. Jeans an Ember player? I feel like we saw him get flashy on that
Radiant
before.
team pick.
Oh, okay.
Pango.
Okay.
Tag team.
And they do have the flex in between Lash and Pango, so they don't have to decide now. That's cool.
I mean, yeah, it's solid. Some good chaos. I like it with Lesh. Really good team fight in the
10
mid game.
seconds remaining.
Mm-hmm. I mean, even if
Oh,
you doom
instant.
the Pangolier, he's still going to be Magic
Choose
Immune
your
rolling around. Oh, is
And a
this
quick
mid doom?
Todd.
I actually don't know.
Oh,
It's
Dark
no.
no.
Mago.
mid tiny. Let's go.
It's gonna be a
Dark Mago
Matthew
Tiny.
So
Okay.
Mago gonna be heading mid. HFN on the profit again. And it's actually Mr. Jeans on the Pangolier going mid, it would appear. And that means I think we've got Vitali going off lane on the Lesh. Yes, we do.
I've seen the Leshrac Tusk lane quite a bit. It reminds me a lot of the Tusk Death Prophet, just like tag team with a range throw feels good, but you have the follow-up stuns instead from Leshrac. They tend to get the tower really early, depending on who the position 1 is. And in this case, it's a Prophet and a Wyvern, though. So kind of like last game, a surprisingly aggressive position 1 here. This should be very interesting to watch. I feel like that's going to be a really fun lane.
Yeah, I prefer this draft. I think Hokori is in a better spot draft-wise in comparison to NoPing. I know I said Hokori's draft was better, but I think I was wrong. But they are playing Brazil servers on NoPing, so that's very scary. I think this might be even better for NoPing just because of the servers, but we'll see.
Looks like a lot of comfort zone for NoPing here. The Mago tiny, he knows it well.
Yeah.
Haven't seen Panda Boo's Wyvern too much, but HFN Prophet again, Oscar on the Tide. I'm excited to see what happens. I think NoPing kind of outclassed them a bit in game 1, so maybe that's where some of my bias is leaning. But Hokori, they definitely need a win here to take us to a game 3. They could really use a series win as well. So with that said, we'll hand it over to our casters, see what they think. We've got Gary. We've got Theban. Gentlemen, time to let the dog out of the cage.
Alrighty, boys. Let's have a crack at this then, shall we? NoPing up against Hokori. Theban. We've got that Lashrak off lane again, but usually we've seen his prowess used against these melee safe laners. Paired up with a tag team of Tusk, it's been pretty good. Against the Prophet, though, does he have some problems against the Treants, against the Harass that's brought out by HFN?
It really depends if they're able to get a kill or two on this lane. I think if the Nature's Prophet plus the Wyvern can just keep pecking away at the Leshrac, it's going to be kind of hard, especially when the Doom decides to come down there. I will say, though, Gary, they don't have a lot of stuns on the side of NoPing.
That's true. Kind of reliant on their ultimates as well, like some pretty hefty cooldowns on them.
And Dark Mago. I will say as well, so I already said let the dogs out, but I think we're going to have a little puppy in here because NoPing, on Brazil server, they were already outclassing Hokori without Brazil server. I feel like
they got that server advantage.
Yep.
Definitely could be that way. The way they played game 1. We'll see how it goes, though. As again, we're seeing these Treants going to try to scout out any observables placed in that mid lane. Very interesting that Radiant has a Dire high ground ward and Dire have a Radiant high ground ward, so kind of swapping positions for their vision. And Wraith King thinking about contesting that top rune. Not going to go for it, so 2 for 2 as Wyvern's going to get zoned out a little bit by the Tusk.
Oh, Matthew also ate the range creep behind the
oh, I love that.
in front of the tier 3 tower there. But Matthew's a 4 though, so Oscar is going to have some lack of XP here because that creep was had.
Who cares? Doom's on Devour's on cooldown. Matthew's happy. That's all NoPing care about.
Yeah, he's going to have that up again in 30 seconds. That means he's going to be able to eat one of the small creeps as well from this camp. He's probably not going to let it be blocked. So if he gets like a chain lightning creep or a frost creep, it's going to feel really good for Matthew.
Yeah, he also killed off that sentry to unblock the large camp too. Bottom lane already seeing the head-to-head in this one. A lot of trading, but it looks like Radiant got the upper hand. Arctic Burn, the double-ranged heroes, really putting the pressure on Vitali and El Misho, who have dropped down to below half HP. And mid lane's a similar story. Mr. Jeans is tanking a lot of damage coming through from that Tiny.
Yeah, I think Mr. Jeans is feeling the pressure right now. Dark Mago just used an avalanche to slow down Mr. Jeans from getting any last hits. He's down to just, 3 last hits? 5 if he gets all these, so he's very far behind Dark Mago.
Who has perfect CS,
I was gonna call him Dr.
right?
Mago. But no, that's a pretty nice name too.
Putting on a clinic, Dr. Margot. Perfect CS out of that mid lane so far. And Matthew getting up in the face of Gardic. Mr. Jeans suffering, and it's feeling like a very similar laning stage to game 1 where the pressure really is mounting on this Hokori side. Down to this, El Misho Tusk to try and get in behind, maybe snipe some couriers, get behind the Winter Wyvern, maybe. Maybe if you can push damage onto her, you can find some kills in that bot spot for Hokori.
Whew, this is looking really bad on all 3 lanes for Hokori. They need to just.
Wait.
What?
Does
What is
Tiny
it,
has
Gary?
does he have perfect CS? Is he? He's not missed a single creep, has he? Hey.
Yeah, he has perfect CS. He does. But he won't get the water rune for it.
Ah,
He's just like, hey, you want this? Oh.
it's my rune. And I guess now that we've got Mr. Jeans up to level 3, he's got that shorter cooldown swashbuckle, the disarms up. So he's going to be able to kind of go toe-to-toe with Dark Maggo's Tiny somewhat, while Gardic up top, chased out by the Doom with the Scorched Earth. He's got the Speed Demon Creep as well, but he can't go under tier 2.
It's incredibly fast right now. 369 movement speed just with the boots. And that's without the Scorched Earth. Oscar 1v1ing versus the Wraith King. This is exactly what Oscar wants. He wants to be able to 1v1 the Wraith King, get his levels, Anchor Smash, they destroy the skeletons. So no threat there at all. It's one of the things you always have to think about when you pick Wraith King. The tide factor.
Yeah, and kind of separating the lane, right? Pulling that second hero away. And Lumiere nearly died just straight up to the Tide Hunter there. And as mid lane, Mr. Jeans goes forward onto Dark Margot. He's already spent his crash and his swashbuckle. It's a toss-up back to the creep wave. He doesn't want to keep chasing forward.
Wants to get his bounty rune, replenish a bit, get back to farming. Check out HFN too. 11 denies against
I
his
was
Leshrac.
just about to say that.
Yeah, and this is because Tusk had to go mid. You know, he was covering that water rune for a little while. Leshrac was on his own. Panda Boo, he can just get pulls off if he wants to. While HFN just zones out the Lesh with just his treants and his hero. I mean, this Nature's Prophet carry is going to be popular once again, I think, Gary. I've been seeing it in all the other regions as well.
Yeah, especially when you can, buy an Assault Cuirass, sell it, and buy it again 2 minutes later. Like HFN did in the previous game. That's pretty nuts, though. Yeah, 16 denies, top of the CS. Uncontested in that bottom lane. And Leshrac with about 7, but mid, they do have a shards on to the Tiny. He's not got toss anymore, and Mr. Jeans is closing in with a swashbuckle, crashing forward onto Dark Maga, who pops his bottle, and this tanky Tiny, he's perfectly fine. Rotation doesn't take him out. Top 3 farmers. All in the hands of NoPing.
Yeah, and Oscar's got a lot of creeps pushing towards him too. That means Gardic and Lumiere, like, they're feeling pressure to actually make a play onto this Doom, try to get a kill on him maybe with his level 3 Oracle. But Matthew is just not giving the chance to do so. Elmisho, he's here. Yep,
Yeah, we'll close in on him.
Here.
Trap him there with a tag team. He pops his stick. Is he fine?
Oh, he's
The
not
Purifying
dead.
Flames are going to heal him up.
Oh,
El Misho's going to dip away, but three versus 1 pretty much there onto the Doombringer.
yeah,
He
Lumiere
slips
didn't
away
even
from
try
danger.
to go in there and help him out.
And your first
And now
blood
you get
happens
first
down
blood
bottom
to Lesh.
with Panda Boo and HFN taking down the Lesh, who, yeah, he's got 11 CS. He's, level 4.5, really having a struggle down bottom.
Oh no. Oh boy, this is looking like our first series, Gary.
Yeah.
This
Okay,
is
we come-
looking really ugly.
We come back to that question, right, about the Lesh against double-ranged heroes. Now, sure, you had that Tusk early on. Of course, you mentioned that Tusk rotating, a massive factor, kind of dragging away any potency that Lesh lane did have.
This is a position for Leshrac at this point, Gary.
Yeah.
Like, what is he gonna do? Oh my god, and gets the ward denied, so he doesn't get any gold from that central.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Panda Boo's on
no.
top of it.
Panda Boo is just giving him the D right here, Gary.
Yeah, he's next leveling it. Dark Margot. He was being eyed up by El Misha again, who does grab an Invis rune. Just unable to really get in on top of anyone with Mr. Jeans having swashbuckle plus tag team. It's a nice combo, but you need to be using it. I think Lumiere is probably considering going back to jungle at this point. He's had enough of that Tide Hunter lane. Anchor Smash level 3. No thank you.
So, Wraith King wants to jungle. Leshrac doesn't want to stay bottom lane anymore. Pangolier, he's level 6, but, he doesn't really have anyone who can play with him. Plus, the Tiny has Grow already. So that's plus 12 armor for free. What do you do?
I generally don't
here
know. I
we
mean,
go. This
you're
is
going to
what
lose
you do.
Lumiere.
Keep it
Try
top.
and play in the top lane.
Jeans.
Matthew, he's got 6 stick charges. Gardic, he can't finish off Matthew. Lumiere looks like he's okay, barely. Gets his reincarnation up if need be, but Dark Margot's movement up top might find Mr. Jeans here, who's holding Swashbuckle. He wants to spend it, but Avalanche with the toss, catching out the Tusk. They burst through Matthew, and Dark Margot, he's going to finish off El Misho, so a trade there. As Leshrak also dies down bottom. I was going to say it's all right for Hokori, but losing your Lesh tips it in the scales. Towards
And they're
NoPing.
gonna get the tower here too, bottom, Gary. He's look at this micro here from HFN. Just one treant, pull the other creep wave away. While the hero's dead, just chip away at this tower.
And then Wyvern's pulling
Slowly
as
gonna
well.
Fall. Yep.
Dyer's bottom tower.
That's
So
it.
then
Tower's
Lesh-
dead. 7 minutes in.
Bottom tower.
Lesh is going to TP down here. He's like, yes, I've got a wave coming in. It'll be fine. No, you don't, buddy. There is no additional wave there. Pandaboo has sorted that out. So they're smoking down here instead. Try and catch this HFN profit.
Mr. Jeans, he's got a Rolling Thunder up in 8 seconds.
Splinter
They want
Blast.
him.
Shards miss. Swashbuckle with the tag team. Snowball as well. HFN has
Rolling
4-1
Thunder.
charges and a Sprout TP. The Rolling Thunder is going to come. They slow him with the Lightning Storm. He's been picked off here. Pulse Nova should be able to bring him down with Vitali claiming the kill.
Dyer's middle tower.
Something
At
going
last.
Hokori's way.
Yeah, they really needed something like that. But in the meantime, Dark Mago, he's got the rune. He's going into a jungle. Matthew is also there with him.
Bottom tower is
But
under
Lumiere,
attack.
that is not a hero that you're going to be able to
Dyer's
bring
top
down
tower is
easily.
under attack.
But being in this jungle means that Lumiere can't really farm. He's going to be walking around for some time. So it's not the most awful thing that you can't kill him.
Then you have Oscar, who, is pressuring tier 1. He's also chasing down Gardic with a TP from HFN. And should be able to easily pick off the Oracle, then convert it into another objective with that tier 1. Looking like a pretty easy breezy move. Good 3-man avalanche from Dark Mago. Holds back the aggression from Hokori.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Yep, Blightstone, Blitz Knuckle, going for that Witchblade again on HFN. Easy tier 1 tower with Oscar. Then Oscar will probably TP bottom, protect the tier 1 tower there, so the Leshrai can't just go in and edict it.
Dyer's top tower has fallen.
The classic Tide move, right?
Yep,
Just go and plant yourself in front of those objectives. We're going to have a hood soon.
exactly. The hood is the item this game. Pango, Oracle, lots of magic damage coming out from the Rolling Thunder.
Add Lesh into the mix as well, even though he is kind of down in the dumps right now, feeling a little bit worse for wear. Converging onto mid with the avalanche toss. Tiny finds El Misho just like that. Let's see, do they want to try and actually push the tier 1 mid? Or are you kind of afraid that Hokori will make, a last stand with everybody to defend it?
They can bring their heroes mid. It's not a bad fight for Pangolier, but who else can fight? Wraith King doesn't really want to fight. Leshrak, he's like half health right now.
They'll try.
Okay.
That's
Mr.
not-
Jesus is done.
That's not a great initiation. Oh, an arcane rune for Tiny.
Oh, boy.
He's still rolling. The thunder goes, Swashbuckle's back, but Tiny's here with an arcane avalanche toss. Back into the waiting arms of Nature's Prophet. They solo ravage the poor Mr. Jeans Pango, and they chase onto the Tusk. Infernal Blade and the damage from the Purifying Flames probably not going to be working out there, but the Fate Eater does stop the avalanche damage. The trouble is Gardic has stuck around next to El Misho's Tusk, so he's brought down with a double kill for
Wraith King?
HFN. Wraith King, he's got 5 stick charges,
There's
and
a
he's going to
Doom
pop
up,
it
but-
if he wants that reincarnation. And Leshrak's walked in here to a Winter's Curse. Towers down.
They want Vitali though.
Dark Mago has
Margo's
another
got
combo.
skills.
Yeah, he's got Avalanche Toss. It's just one by one, filtering in to feed and die as Hokori unsuccessful in defending that tower and also losing out drastically.
Meanwhile, HFN doing HFN things, farming up the map.
Oh, he's
Tiny.
hitting the crappies.
They're gonna follow him, but they still got 10 more seconds on Rolling Thunder. Can't really do anything about that. So this is a really big draft problem here, right? Gary, you got a Leshrak and a Wraith King on your team. Both of these heroes need a tremendous amount of farm to accomplish anything in the game. So if you lose lanes with both of these heroes in one draft, neither one can make space for the other.
Yeah.
then
Recovery
you have
is
this-
difficult.
Yeah, and then you have this Pangolier whose Rolling Thunder is only really good in the river middle. Like, as a silent ganker, he's not that amazing. And if he misses a spell, then now you're just dead in the water. Can't do anything.
And he's got to go and suck up some of the farm that the Wraith King can't touch. So Mr. Jeans has now moved from kind of pos 2 to pos 3. Wraith King is your pos 1, sure, but you don't have anyone filling that
HFN.
position 2 slot. HFN. And he's going to get
They got
rolled
him
on.
here, right?
Mid lane, they're chasing El Misho. It looks like HFN still should get burst down. They're TPing up to try and save him. El Misho does still survive in the mid lane, snowballing. There's the final touch from Oscar as the Lashrak walks in towards that Tide Hunter. Gushed up, anchor smash, but the Pulse Nova's burning through it. So much magic damage, forcing Matthew to doom the Lash. False promises there, though. The save onto him, and the run forward probably gets him a kill onto Oscar, but the save from Tiny. There's the combo. He's going to pop before Oscar can die, and Oracle's walked that step too far forward yet again. Double damage rune, Dark Mago Tiny, one punch, oh! Infernal Blade takes him down.
Radiant's bottom tower.
So they got what, 3 kills there? Yeah, 3 kills. They did lose HFN top, so that was a little bit of something for Mr. Jeans. Plus, Mr. Jeans did get the bounty into. Oh no, El Misho, you just revived. Oh,
I was watching the observer feed and I thought it was a replay playing because we just saw that happen.
The thing is, El Misho is collecting more TP scrolls than he can use now because of how many deaths he's had.
Oh no. 3 TPs.
That's
Not
sad.
a good look. It did create a bit of a vacuum though for Wraith King to go and push bot tier 1, so something going Lumiere's way.
Yeah. And Dino has spoken the cursed words. Yikes. It's
What has he said?
panel ready. Normally when he says that, we're going to a game 3. But
That's a good thing. That means
today-
Hokori are going
today-
to mount a comeback.
I think today might be the exception, Gary. Because we
Yeah, I
saw
think
the
it
first
might be.
series, and then you saw this series right now too. Like, it's looking like it's gonna be quite clean at this point. The Breaking has a Midas, so can they win a fight with just a Midas?
They're going to try, it looks like.
They're running into a Tide Rabbit. Just saying, and they're let's check.
Prophet stuck in the pit. Rolling Thunder comes, Mr. Jeans. Get on top of Matthew, but the nice Winter's Curse, they're holding in place. They pop the mech and heal, and there's the Ravage, catching them all. Burst through Battalion, El Misho. And NoPing, just looking for additional targets. Cherries on the ice cream sundae. It's going to be the Wraith King, who does have reincarnation, but with no teammates around him.
They wanna kill
And no
him.
real ability to disengage. He's just going to die twice. And Oracle has a false promise coming. I mean, maybe you can... yeah, Gardeck's like, sod that. I'm not walking into 5 Radiant heroes. So they win a fight and return to Roshan.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Told you, Gary, we're not gonna let the dog out this game. It's a very chill, Sunday morning, sunny outside.
Your shrine has fallen to the Radiant.
Stuck in the kennel.
Immortality.
Radiant's
chill,
top tower is under attack.
Watch some nice NoPing Dota. This feels like they're just playing PvE here.
Oh no. El Misho. Oh yeah, he's got Raindrop's fluffy hat. He's countered the Tiny. He's fine.
He's counted the Tiny. He's done it. He's survived the damage.
Oh, but Mr. Jeans has no mana.
Oh,
He actually can't swashbuckle. They scout him with a Sprout. Ooh, they're not going to chase him.
they missed. They couldn't get the Doom on him, and they didn't want to keep going. HFN, he prefers creeps anyway. That's the way he swings.
2 waves, more valuable than 1 kill on that Pango.
Yeah.
This Prophet's closing in on 10,000 net worth. He's role-playing as the Alchemist from the previous one. A smoke out of mid. And this could be alright for Hokori. It's going to be like a 5 versus 3, but the Blink Avalanche toss is going to burst through El Misho, force the snowball, buy a bit of time, extend the fight for Lumiere to do a bit of damage to Matthew, but that cold embrace, again, just hit the reset button. And a TP in from HFN forces the false promise. Lumiere doesn't have reincarnation, so Avalanche toss and all the burst damage they've got probably just going to bring this Wraith King to his knees. Bow down to them. Oh, good curse as well. Stopping that Rolling Thunder in his tracks. And, well, Mr. Jeans stuck in the trees. Oscar's going to try and cut back past that tier 2. They save the Wraith King in the end, though.
Dire's structures are fortified.
They save him, but
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
still lose all your map control. You don't have your Ancients anymore. Tide Hunter can farm that up if he wants to, or you can have HFN just farm both Ancients every minute.
Tusk's trying. Onto the Doom. That is very aggressive, and a Ravage going to catch out Gardeck. Mr. Jean swashbuckle just in time
Tower is under
to dip away. And Tiny's blink on cooldown Means they can't catch any core heroes. Do you consider... Oh, he's got him! Avalanche,
Can't
no
toss
toss.
back, no targets.
Oh,
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Do you
Where
consider
was
what,
my
Gary?
team?
What is it?
I was just, do you consider high ground with a DD tiny? Like, you've killed 2 heroes, you know, that like Rolling Thunder's on cooldown.
You could. Oh, Lumiere.
Yeah, they
Doesn't
find
have a TP. He's
a
looking
nice
pretty
catch
dead
up
to me.
top. No reincarnation. And burst down so quickly.
I feel like I'm watching bots, Gary, with how NoPing is playing.
Like
They're just
OpenAI?
like- No, not like that. I mean, like, NoPing is humans, and they're playing against bots this game, unfortunately.
Oh, I see.
Because they're just, like, rolling over the map. It's like Hokori can't do anything. The lanes just went too poorly for them.
Yeah,
This happened to me yesterday. We
20 to
lost
3.
lanes, and the game just feels over from there.
Was that when you were playing your POS 4 DK?
Okay. Yes. It was.
I'm sorry. I'm sure it was fine. You came back in game 2 and 3 though.
Dire's top tower
Yes, I did.
is under attack.
I did. The trash talk started, and then I said bet, then put
I
on
bet.
the Rio hat, the cereal hat.
Who was trash talking?
Dire's
Was it Gremlo? Canis Vulpus?
It was Gremlo. It was Gremlo. It was Gremlo.
Yeah, it was Gremlo.
Yeah.
That
He
bastard.
said 1437 so washed he doesn't even need to shower. That
Wow.
was his line. Yeah.
Wow.
So
What a rude
I'm
boy.
like, all right, bet.
Is Wraithing
I
just gonna die
slapped him.
twice? False promise?
Here we go.
Toss back? I mean, you're right. Sorry, continue your story because Oracle's gone, Wraith King is popped.
Just looking for a GG. Yeah.
Well, Oscar-
And then they were real quiet in game 2 and 3, Gary. I'll tell you that. They were real
Oh, I
quiet.
bet they were. Yeah, it's
Ah,
called. 19 minutes. Gardic is
That's
out
it.
of there.
Instant disconnect. Holy smokes, he couldn't wait to get out of this game.
Calls it. He had disconnect, copy pasted into that console. Gets the hell out of it. 19 minutes, 11 seconds, 23 to 3. I think that says it all, honestly. NoPing just another level compared to Hokori in this one. Theban, any more words?